Last week I talked about estate planning and how estate planning is really the process of just deciding who is going to handle your affairs if something should happen to you, if you become incapacitated and can't handle them yourself, or you should pass away. This week, though, I want to talk about something that is usually overlooked by owners of businesses, and that is the business themselves. A lot of business owners just naturally assume that if they have a corporation, that their bylaws, or if they have an LLC, their operating agreement, automatically states what happens to the business should they become incapacitated or die. And the bottom line is it just doesn't. Most of these operating agreements and bylaws just don't cover what is going to handle with things. So if you have a corporation, then you have to decide who is going to receive the stock in that business, or at least your shares of the stock in the business if it's owned by multiple people. And that part you can cover in your will very easily. But then the bigger issue is going to be what happens if you don't die but you're incapacitated? Who's going to run these businesses in your absence? Now, for a lot of family businesses, they just assume that a member of the family is going to take over the business, and that may or may not be true. So first of all, you have to see, is there someone in your family who wants to take over the business or who could run the business? And then here's the bigger part. First, you got to make sure that they are going to receive the business in your estate plan. And second, you have to make sure that the person you picked actually knows how to run a business. And a lot of family members, they just don't. Maybe they handled one part of the business. They were in sales. And now you're going to be asking them to take over the entire business. And they may not be equipped to do that. So you want to make sure if you have a family member that is going to be operating the business in your absence or once you're gone, you need to make sure that they are properly trained in how to run the business. Make sure they know where all the operating documents are, that they know where the checkbook is, that they know where the accounts are located, and that they know the balances of those accounts and what bills are going to be due, and they know how to handle the other employees in the business. This is something that is greatly overlooked by most family businesses. So you have to, A, make sure that the business is going to be transferred to the next generation, and that they have the documentation in place to run the business in your absence if you're incapacitated. So that'll require probably a power of attorney. And they know how to run the business and it can do it competently. So make sure you cover this in your family business. Hope this helps. Please subscribe to this channel for additional information on how to do estate planning and or manage a business. You can also check us out at penglazenbenson.com on Facebook and Instagram.